a lovely day. Oi! And Rushers back here today with another video. The XO Part 6. You knew it was coming. Yes! The XO Part 6! Finally, we are at the video. But what video? Well, I'll tell you. Well, I actually don't know why, so I was hoping maybe you guys could tell me. So, you have 1 second. Oh, that's a great answer. So I'm guessing the consensus is that just because I really want to and it looks cool. So that's why we're going to be putting weapons on it. Now, of course, it can't be real weapons, you know, things gotta be legal and safe. So, we're just gonna be putting like a rocket launcher and a BB gun on it, not like any actual weapons. That being said, is it build time? No. Explanation time? Yes! First, we're gonna be explaining the BB gun, 177 caliber. It's gonna be air compressed. So we have basically a pressure tube. It's just a PVC pipe 4 inches long with like a rubber seal pressed into it with a hole that's barely big enough to fit BB through. So it takes a little force to push a BB through. So then we have our magazine. Basically, it's 3D printed. It's basically just a tube with a hole in it that the BBs can fit into, and then we have a little ramrod, and so this is going to be pushed by a spring, so it's going to be spring loaded like an actual clip. So that fits in there. This cap, the screw cap is going to be on here. This screws on, so that's how you reload. You unscrew this, put the BBs in, and re-screw it in. The last part is this. This is the barrel. So it's basically a PVC pipe with a lip in here. And the lip isn't big enough to fit this right through, this washer right through, but this is, so that's held in place. And this gets glued on like that, so it creates a strong pressure chamber and it won't like blow up if I put 80 to 100 psi in it. Next weapon that I'm going to have on the exoskeleton is a rocket launcher. So this again is going to be mounted on the shoulder, and I'm going to be able to control what angle it's pointing at. And this is just an Estes rocket. We're just going to be putting on the exoskeleton. It doesn't blow up or anything. It's not like an actual missile. It just looks cool when it launches. So basically, you put a rocket engine in here, and then you have like an electric igniter. So it basically runs power through a wire, and then it lights something on fire, and then that ignites the entire engine. So I glued these straws on. These are like going to be guide rods. There are 2 rods that are going to be running through these, so it will, you know, guide the rocket. I'm just going to have ignition on probably my wrist, like somewhere right here on my left arm, that I can just push a button. And then there's also going to be control, and then push the button and it will launch off. Is it build time now? I think it is. Alright, so what I was drilling those holes for is so I could put bolts through the casing so the servos are mounted together. You've got stuff. Put them together, and you have a suit that goes pew pew. Did the snap look good? It's actually been 24 hours since that initial snap. It is the next day. It took me all of yesterday to put the weapons on, surprisingly. So I'm going to show you what I've gotten done. You've already seen the rocket launcher, but here's the gun. We've got it hooked up to 2 servos that are controlling pan and tilt on the gun. The weapons can't work unless we have electronics. here are all of the wires. Alright, so we have our battery pack right there. It's just going to be like right there on the shoulder. And then we have our servo testers right there. And another servo tester right there. So those control the gun, that controls the rocket launcher. So right now, I'm actually using the servo testers to control pan and tilt on these servos right here. So basically I can shoot wherever, well, it doesn't have 360 degree motion, but it has a lot of motion. I need to make sure I don't actually shoot myself. And so this is just an air compressed BB gun, just glued onto the servos. And that's controlled, the pan and tilt is controlled by those two servos. And then the rocket launcher is controlled by the servo tester on the other arm. And that just goes up and down so I can launch the rocket. That's what I've been working on. Alright, so I'm not sure if I really fully explained the gun earlier, so basically it's an air compressed gun, so there's a PVC pipe like I was talking about earlier, and I replaced the screw cap with just an end cap that I've glued on. And so then there's the magazine that I was talking about earlier, and then there's this quick connect where the hoses connect so you can put pressure into it. So this is a BB, and then that's the rubber seal that I was talking about, and that's right there. That's that. So, and then there's the cap holding it on. I ended up taking out the barrel because I need to be able to reload, and I'll get to that in a second. So the rubber seal is a little smaller than the diameter of a BB. So the hole is a little bit smaller than the diameter of the BB. So the BB has to get pushed through with a lot of force, and that's where the air pressure comes in. So when you pressurize it, so there's a spring in here, this is the magazine, and there's a spring in here, and you load the BBs in through the front, and then the spring pushes the BBs, and it kind of gets a little bit stuck in the seal, so it creates an airtight tube. It makes this whole thing airtight. And when you put pressure in here, the pressure builds up, and it pushes that BB through, and it launches it out. So that's what the seal is. The rubber gasket, or the rubber seal, is basically the most important thing. It's how the entire gun works. Everything else is just holding the thing together, and the spring is just for like a magazine, reloading the gun. In order to trigger the air, I'm going to use just a 12-volt solenoid, so I could just make the air go through or stop it and everything. I'm just kind of like a little trigger right next to the control. That's that. I'm going to demonstrate the gun now. Oh, and also, I'm not going to have time to put in the solenoid in this video, so you'll see it in the final reveal, but right now I'm just using an air hose that I hooked up, so hopefully you're able to see the BBs. 3, 2, 1. So that was the BB gun working. Hopefully that was just a tad bit exciting. So, yeah, it doesn't shoot that hard, but like I said in the beginning, the thing needs to be safe, so I can't be putting a real dangerous gun on it. So, that's the weapons video. So, we've got the weapons done, we've got the electronics done, we've got the pneumatics done. Next video is the final reveal. It's the last video for the Exoskeleton project, and I'm trying to think of things I want to do next, like projects I want to start next. They have to be cheap because I spent a ton of money on this one and I don't want to spend a ton of money again. And the next video I might not be able to release for 2 weeks because it might take a while to film. So don't be expecting a video next Saturday. And if I do end up posting it, then I guess I'm just really good at filming and editing. So that's that. Oh, also, sorry I didn't get to launch the rocket this video. I still need to get rocket engines for it. So, and then I need to find a good place to test it because this thing goes high and I don't want to blow them away. So that's the next video. Alright, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.